without further ado, I would just like to introduce my beautiful assistant. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford Julia Roberts, but we do have Daniela Robertson.
Can you switch it on, love, please?
Oh, sorry, dear.
Amateurs.
You're supposed to be a technician.
Hello, Pixelina.
We don't understand about microphones and technical stuff.
Just like to say this is the first time I've worn a dress.
Yeah, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce
You're not switched Can't on. hear you.
the first of our awards. Well, I'm not an actor, for God's sake. The first of our awards, which is the Goldfish Award for the 3-second memory. Just like to say that the voting was fast and furious this year, and we got quite a few nominations for this one. Of course, Drew would have won everything, so we're not counting him, because basically he wrote it. He can't even remember the audience's names, and also he has no idea of the words to My Mother. So, nominees in reverse order. Lisa for finishing her speech on Bob the Builder and just not bothering with the rest. As I said, Drew for everything. But the judge's final decision was to give the award to Rick for forgetting the name of the production
Say a few words.
No.
I'd just like to say thank you very much, and I intend to forget it again in the future as soon as possible.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Morgan.
That's a bit odd.
Moving on to our second award, which was one that was quite hotly disputed, I might add. It is the Love's Young Dream Award, which this year includes the Fatal Attraction Award. Need I say more? Again, this one was hotly disputed. I should read them in reverse order. Our first nominee was Louise, and the mad member of the audience who wanted to give her a phone number. The second nominee was Tori for her disastrous dates.
Excuse me!
This next one was quite a surprise to me, because obviously I can't see what's going on at the back of the auditorium, but apparently Glenn would like to tell us something about his wands.
No
This
comment,
one's quite
no
a
comment.
sweetie actually, but apparently Drew and Sheila got quite a few nominations. Just being the best handsome couple. Kirsten and Richard Simmons featured heavily, because apparently he's in love even if she isn't. Last but not least, Lisa and Julie Dawn, because we definitely think there's something very fishy going on there. But the absolute outright winner by a huge amount of votes, apart from the fact that their body shapes actually coordinate as well, was Jeff and Priscilla.
Yes.
So if Priscilla is in the audience somewhere, I think if Nicole would like to come up. I don't know if she's here.
Yeah, well done.
All I can say is,
Moving swiftly on, the most popular award by a long shot, I think, is the Dennis Norden Award for Best Cock-Up Overall, including Backstage. We had quite a few nominations for this, as usual, and again, I will read those in reverse order. The first one was CPL for delivering just a little bit too much diesel. The next one was Jeff for masking half the set, Drew and everything else while mouthing him the words to My Mother. The next nominee was Ron for trying to fly the set of the cloth for the cottage into the boiler house every single show. Dave and Ray also got a nomination for not setting the dresser. And Rick has a problem with his nationalities when it comes to firing cannons. Apparently the French fire quite often as well. But the award this time, without a doubt, with a colossal amount of votes, actually goes to Jeff for forgetting the Spider-Man gig. Forgetting the Spider-Man gag completely, and Heidi having to bail him out. So Jeff, if you would like
Thank you. I'm going. Oh, they're metal.
For repairing
moving swiftly on. To the Waving Your Own Banner Award. Again, I shall read out in reverse order. Firstly, the lady who told her party the show was at 4 p.m. and then tried to blame it on Julie. The next nomination is Rob for trying to accompany everything. The next one is Rick for always being word perfect.
Bollocks.
Yeah, he knows that one as well.
Funnily enough, the next nominee was Ron because he usually has an answer for everything. And finally, the outright winner by a huge majority, and I really don't want to know the details of this one, was Carl for really waving his own banner.
Banner or banana? Oh. You never say no normally.
Well, Carl, I'd like to give you the microphone, but I think you said enough.
Yeah.
Again, moving swiftly on to the Jeffrey Archer Award for the most imaginative script deviation. Now, again, there were quite a few contenders for this one. Again, I'll read them in reverse order for you. Certainly, very popular one was Rick with Egg Castle, Castle Egg, etc. And also another nomination for Rick with A Man Dressed as a Woman from Brighton.
Yeah.
But the out-and-out winner, by a huge, huge majority, were actually a couple of fellas, no guesses. Mainly for the My Mother song, but also for the classic line, I've got to marshmallow up my chicken. I'd like to welcome back to the stage Jeff Dukes and Drew Cameron.
You've got enough.
Who put jam in mother's shoe?
He's still there.
See, you're still fucked.
No, I take this. I'd just like to say that I'm very serious about this. As you can see, I have still got last year's.
Go on, Les Dennis, come on.
Where's Amanda?
Now, I have a wife. Just.
Only because this early doesn't leave it so bad.
No, that's true. I take this very seriously, and I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll share this together. But there's one thing I'd just like to end with. And a good actor, a good friend of mine, once said to me, "Don't touch my hat. Don't ever touch my hat."
Again, moving swiftly on, because we're running out of time. This is quite a prestigious award. This is the Frank Bruno Award for Best stroke Worst Acting, including giggling performances. Again, this one was hotly disputed, but I will read them in reverse order. The first nominee was Lisa for definitely over the top laughter in the UV. Rick for his end speech to the show. The next one was Jeff for the kitchen scene, for the giggling, and also doing. Frank Bruno for just being crap. But the winner of this award was the dough. So if Sarah and Kirsty would like to come up and collect it on behalf
Mind if I be a lesbian for a few minutes? All right then.
also responsible most of the time for our special sausage effects as
Who
well.
wants it, girls?
Well done,
This next one was also quite popular. This is the Yves Saint Laurent Award for Costume and Props Cock-Up. Again, we had quite a few of those, so I'll read them in reverse order. The OP stage team for constantly missing the squire with the brick.
Yeah. Real one tonight for that.
Sheila for creating the hat which created the panic attack. Drew's earrings, the egg ones, also featured quite prominently as a nominee. Also, the Goose got a nomination for having to be completely rebuilt. But the out-and-out winners, by a huge majority again, were the juveniles and YAs for their headbands and their skirts falling
It's your stack. That's not. Speak.
No.
That's a change, isn't it?
This next one was a specially created award because it's very difficult, obviously, for us up here to get an idea of what the front of house team have to put up with. So this next award is the Social Service Post Office Award for Ruthless Queue Organising and Childcare Skills. And the nominations for this were Glenn for taking the kids' money for crap pictures and wands.
I would lend that.
Excellent.
Sandra for her expertise backstage, including her dancing and shaking everything off my prop desk. Julie and the whole of the front of house staff. Jeff and Drew, especially Jeff, for wanting to kick the crap out of the boy who kicked him. Twiggy as Santa, but again, the out-and-out winner is Sheila for actually bringing Tat to a seaside town. Thank you very much. And this next award, well, really couldn't go to anybody else, but it's the Corgi Award for Heating Disasters.
Yo!
Step up, Danny.
One of the nominees was the theatre management for the coldest dressing rooms despite the surplus of heating fuel.
Yeah.
But the out-and-out winner, of course, were the CPL delivery people for delivering just 1,000 litres more than our tank would actually hold.
It was Danny's fault. Come
That
on.
was Julie's fault. It was Drew's fault.
So we will be sending their spanner to them.
Wasn't anyone available to hear?
Funnily enough, they weren't available.
They're very good at the cellar.
This next award was quite a hotly disputed one. It's the Essex and Suffolk Water Award for the most bodily fluids produced during a performance or backstage.
Yeah,
Again, quite a few nominees for this one. The first one in first order was Tori for always feeling sick, apparently. Lisa always needs to use the loo apparently, lots of excess liquid in her body.
That's alcohol.
Jeff for showering Drew with spit on stage. Lisa for making all the men sweat. Saucy little number of hers. But again, I'm afraid with overwhelming votes is Jeff for his little sweaty head.
I'm going to play with me nuts.
Moving swiftly on to the next one. This one is quite an interesting award. It's the Casualty Award for Anatomical Disasters and Bodily Functions. Again, there are quite a few nominees for this one. I shall read them in reverse order. The first one was Julie Dawn, for not being able to keep hold of that sword. The backstage crew as a whole for their fantastic farts. Zach and his leg disaster, refusing to get medical help. Not just for the leg, perhaps the company also, actually myself.
Yes.
For my Crohn's poo, which stunk out the whole backstage. I do generally try and keep them at home, but sometimes you've just got to go.
Yeah, next to our dressing room.
Especially for you boys. But the overall winner, again by a landslide victory, is Steph and her collapsing knees.
She's limping.
At this point, I'm going to go and sit down and rest up for later.
Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, we come to our final award. This one is quite a coveted award, I believe, specially created for this year because we have some fine athletes contesting this one in our cast and crew. It is, of course, the Queen Vic Award for Biggest Piece Head. Again, quite a few nominations for this one. Again, I'll read them in reverse order. That's well. In reverse order then, Tori.
Sorry?
Next up on the list is Steph. The next one is Lisa for having the Shakers on Boxing Day show and never going a day without at least one alcoholic beverage and even making a song up about it to make me reminder. But again, the out-and-out winner by at least 2.5 bottles of port, Julie.
We should have gone to Lisa because I wasn't shaking on Boxing Day.
Or today.
Or today.
You're unconscious.
And I had to have a drinking partner. And it should
Yeah, you're used to it, Julie.
Thank you.
Sing the song! Sing the song! Sing the song!
Is that your Julie Dawn or is that drinking you drank?
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, sadly that brings us to the close of this year's Golden Spanner Awards. And on a serious note, we hope that you've all enjoyed this season here at the New Empire Theatre, and let's hope there's another one on the card.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. We have a small cabaret coming up.
Well, smallish, it is Jeff.
Very gentle. this won't take very long.
Good.
I will do, yes. You might have guessed that it's something what I wrote, and you would notice that my two partners in crime don't need the script, but like most people that write things, they can't remember them very
Hey!
Who's that?
well. This was borne out really by our local newspaper report, wasn't it? And we thought we had to pay homage to the one, the only, the one.
I'm going to go to the toilet.
We don't know what key we're doing this in either, Rob, so 3 verses. Are we ready, girls?
True, glorious, true, we're eager to see him. True, glorious, true, we all want to be him. He's such a great superstar, also say the echo. We'd all like to strangle him around the neck. Oh, Drew, wonderful Drew, is there any other people in the show? Said Drew as mother, perhaps he should play them all. Some say that he ought to play Squire and WC and make the daughter. Drew, fabulous Drew, drops normal convention. All paper reviews don't give us a mention. It's just as well that we love him so surely. Sheila can forgive her man for shagging Liz Hurley. Oh, Drew, wonderful Drew, wonderful Drew, fabulous Drew, who the fuck's Drew?
Ladies and gentlemen, just before you go, very briefly, thank you very much for staying. I haven't got my shoes on yet. The funny smell, it's me. I'd like to thank everybody here. I'd like to thank all the people who work backstage. I sound like Rick now, don't I? I'm not going to go on that long. I'll tell you what, we've had a terrific crew this year. We really have, and it's gone down very well. And it's been a marvellous show, really. I think this may be the best one. Who thinks it's the best one so far?
Yeah!
I think so.
So to the stage.
So to the stage, yeah. So does the Evening Echo, I think. Will we be here next year? Damn well hope so. You're
40 seconds over time.
Yeah, I know I am. Yeah.
Not over
Let's go all
yours.
night, shall I?
Hey.
I do beg your pardon. Anyway, terrific. We had no heating problems up at the flat this year, I understand. Drew's left well alone, and it's gone very well. But I'd like to thank everybody who's helped us here, and also, as the award said, Julie up front and everybody. Hasn't been easy. You know, a lot of people out there, a lot of things happening, tickets going missing, people arriving late. It's not easy. We have problems up here as well. But it's been quite an interesting year, and I know that the Trust are still working to try and keep this place going. And if we can raise enough money for the deposit and etc., we'll all be here next year, and we're going to work as hard as we can. All right, so we see you all back. Thanks very much. I'd also like to, at this stage, without embarrassing your dad, just say that we're really glad that you had your operation, everything was successful, and you're going to be back here pretty damn soon, believe me, whether you like it or not. All right, thanks very much, everybody. Take care.
Last year! We got spent.